Europe is racing to rebuild its air defenses. As the war in Ukraine exposes a problem NATO can no longer ignore. Ukraine is asking for more Patriot missiles after another massive Russian missile and drone attack. Poland admits its own air defense shield is still incomplete. And Denmark's Prime Minister says Europe is in an incredible hurry to rearm. Together, the warnings point to a growing question for NATO. Does Europe have enough air defense firepower for Ukraine and for itself?
We need missiles for Patriots, and only our partners can provide them. Ukraine is ready to buy the weapons. What matters is that decisions be made, appropriate political decisions by our partners, first and foremost in the US.
Zelensky's appeal comes after a Russian attack that Ukraine says involved ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and drones. Kyiv says roughly 90% of the cruise missiles were intercepted. But ballistic missiles remain a far greater challenge, and that distinction is critical. Ukraine's existing air defense network can stop many incoming threats, but the most difficult missiles are exposing a major capability gap. Now that same problem is being felt on NATO's eastern flank. Poland has spent heavily on a layered air defense network built around Patriot, Nariu, and Pilika systems, but Warsaw admits the architecture is still being constructed. Defense Minister Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz says not all elements have arrived, with some capabilities scheduled for 2026 and 2027, and others coming later.
Nothing is sitting in warehouses. Everything is being used whatever is possible. The experience of the war in Ukraine shows us a great deal. These actions are not only deterrent, but also defensive.
And the more uncomfortable admission comes from Poland's armament leadership. The country still lacks enough launchers and missiles to simultaneously protect its major cities, critical infrastructure, and military forces. The government insists its available systems can be deployed according to the threat. But the message is unmistakable. Poland is building its shield while facing a threat that is evolving faster than the system itself.
The goal is to protect Poland's skies as effectively as possible. We are in the process of building this system. Not all the elements have been delivered.
And Poland's problem is quickly becoming a European problem. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen says the continent made a historic mistake by disarming after the Cold War. Now, she says, Russia is forcing Europe to rethink its entire defense posture. Her warning is blunt. Europe has the money, but still needs to integrate the technology and build the capabilities fast enough.
We are in an incredible hurry to rearm so that we can protect ourselves. Now we have allocated the money, but we need to integrate the new technology. So yes, we are in a better position, but we are not yet where I would like us to be.
Frederiksen specifically points to air defense, counter-drone systems, and ballistic missile defense as critical gaps. She also says Europe needs to build its own drone production capacity because battlefield technology is changing within months. That means the Ukraine war is not simply consuming weapons. It is forcing European militaries to discover what they actually need for the next generation of warfare.
Lei, if you don't have adequate air defense, you are challenged. If you don't have drone defense, you are really challenged as well. And if you cannot strike back against ballistic missiles, then people are simply killed.
So 3 warnings are now converging. Ukraine wants more Patriots. Poland admits its own air defense system is unfinished. And Denmark says Europe is in an incredible hurry to rebuild military capabilities it allowed to decline after the Cold War. NATO is spending billions to rearm. But the battlefield in Ukraine is exposing how difficult it is to produce, deploy, and sustain the advanced air defenses Europe now says it urgently needs. And that leaves NATO facing a stark dilemma. How much more can Europe send to Ukraine, while simultaneously trying to make its own skies secure?